Holly.
Hello.
What are you up to right now?
I am getting Good American ready. So I am getting this ready for a show. We are starting from small down to plus size. And I have jeans behind here that go from 00 up to about a 22 plus. And each one of these are gonna be easy to sell. So you just pick up the two on top and then you sell it. And then it's, as it goes, you get the top two of these and sell it. So everything should be in size order. And that'll be helpful as we go, and it'll be flowing, and then everybody gets a chance to get their size.
So do you go in size order, or do you go through all the smalls and then all the mediums and all the...
I don't do every single one, so I kind of do a couple of extra smalls and 00s, and then I move on. So then I do a full round, and then I come back around again. So I think through like a 1 hour show, people get about 2 times to like get their size, but it goes really quick. So, and then I do have singles I run. These are like shackets, puffers, the Good American items that are very rare that we only come across maybe once or twice. So those ones we sell as singles.
And where are you pulling from?
And then I'm pulling from, so we have this all organized back here as well. So we have the extra small on up to here, and then now we're getting low on the plus sizes. So we're selling through it already.
Yeah,
it's quick. I know, you saw it. Yeah, it's like, it's going quick. So yeah, I'm always shocked, but we have plenty of jeans.
Nice.
There's jeans. Nice. But as far as the like bodysuits go, those are selling quick. Yeah.
So when did you guys start doing 2 at a time, or why do you sell 2 at a time?
I think just because of quantity, we have so much of it that it's easier, plus people are getting better deals. So every time it's pretty easy to just say like, together it's about $300 MSRP. So it's a good push for people to be like, yeah, it's worth spending 30 bucks.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Cool.
So yeah.
Nice.
That's it.
That's the system.
That is the system.
All organized.
I like it folded.
So what were you doing today?
So I actually just finished planning a live stream that's going to go on in a couple of hours. I'm glad you're here because I can talk about a couple of the updates happening in the shop. So we just finished planning a show for shoes. Tonight I'm hoping to sell around 1,000 pairs of shoes. But I am preparing right now for a future show with some pre-owned thrift items. So this is a very interesting topic because one of the problems on Whatnot and on eBay and on Poshmark is market saturation, where you end up selling too many of the same thing. So as you guys know, one of the brands we're selling is Good American on Whatnot, and there are like 9 other people with the exact same inventory as me. So it's kind of a race to the bottom. Items that we normally sold for 40 to 60 are now selling for 15 to 20. That's part of that challenge. Right here, we have items that are coming from Goodwill, flea markets, rag houses. These are all pre-owned items, but because of that, there is no race to the bottom. So these items do not sell for as much as a brand new fancy item, but they're all different, all unique. So I'm planning to run through these at about 50 to 100 auctions an hour, and I'm just gonna hold the item up and present it to people, talk about the brand, the features, just like we talk about on eBay. I'm gonna present all the item specifics, brand, color, style, size, any notable features, closure, what it's made out of. All those different things allow people to pay more for the item. This system is pretty interesting. I actually just have this clothing on top of a pallet, and I can just slide the pallet to different parts of the operation. But the reason why I'm loading these all right now on here is because I want the weight of the garments to kind of artificially press or steam the items, so they'll have a lot less wrinkles. 100% of the items are laundered. These are all newly laundered. It smells like laundry in here, and that's a big thing because it allows you to see a lot of the stains and flaws that are apparent in pre-owned stuff, and also it really is important to wash every single item, in my opinion, because it just reduces a lot of problems. Also, a lot of people have allergies, so if you are going to do it, try to have a neutral or non-scent at all detergent. So this is really cool. I'm really glad that we are adding in pre-owned to our repertoire to keep the inventory as new and fresh as possible. Behind here, you can actually see, this is our Tanya Taylor. I bought out a store in Soho, New York, And this stuff here was in the showroom in Soho in downtown New York, and one of my brokers went there and made an offer on the entire store, which is pretty interesting because it was around $2 million worth of inventory. He made an offer. The store agreed, put everything in the Gaylords, sent them over here, and now they're here. I actually had to sort it, and it's very interesting because they included home goods, dresses. I'll give you guys an example of a pillow that came with it. So this Tanya Taylor pillow is very cool. My wife said it's kind of difficult maybe for this to match in somebody's living room, but buying these types of goods, especially from a retail store, you're gonna get a big mix of things. It didn't just come with pillows, it came with kids clothing, it came with puzzles, it came with weird accessories that are all bunched in together to give you one average price. The average item from Tanya Taylor in these boxes is about $450, so very expensive stuff. It greatly determines what kind of shows I do, because if we're selling dresses or skirts or pillows, they're all different weights, all different shapes, all different sizes, makes it a bit complicated. That's why we actually took everything out of the Gaylords, and Holly and Allison sorted it in all the different kinds. Behind this, we have shelves of all this same stuff. Currently, one of my workers is out of town, so we're gonna take like a 1-week hiatus from selling this stuff. But I did send about 200 pieces to the Real, and the average price they are selling it for is about $300, which is awesome. Way, way, way more money than I can sell for on Whatnot. But some of their commission structures are very weird. Like sometimes as low as 20%, which is kind of scary. Meaning I sell something for $200 on the Real, I only get $40, which is not really worth it because I could just sell it in 5 minutes on Whatnot and get more than that. So this kind of inventory is very interesting. Even though this system exists right here, I'm gonna try my best to move away from it and move to just selling on these racks. So the rack system I prefer greatly over the box system because you can see all the inventory. You can grab and go. Holly has already made this super clean and neat environment to pick and go. These are already segmented by size and style so they can be presented to customers in an easy fashion. This is what I prefer because you can see everything, but of course, this doesn't hold very many items compared to those boxes. This much space would hold around 1,200 items in boxes. In this format only holds like 300 items, so I lose a lot of space in this air that's in between. And gotta make sure like to have enough room to pick stuff, but also like you don't want to waste too much space. This I think is perfect because there's enough room to reach in. This is used during a live stream, so you don't want it super tight where people can't reach the items. So this format we've been doing for a little while, but right now we always talk about the mantra, some of the money all of the time, or all of the money some of the time. I think I might move towards some of the money all of the time, period. And even though I'm not going to get as high a price for these items as if I sold them individually, I feel like moving a higher volume is actually safer because my prices will be a tad lower, but that's sort of going to be what I'm known for, giving great deals. Again, in the beginning of the video, I talked about how competitive it is and having everybody sell the exact same things. It's very hard. So I almost want to be the first one to sell everything rather than trying to get the most out of it and getting stuck with the inventory for a long time. You guys were just on a video like maybe 2 weeks ago and this entire space was filled with shoes.
Yeah.
All those shoes are gone. We actually only have 3 pairs left over here, and that's it. These are 3 pairs that came back for some reason or another, so I need to go back through there, review those and see if there's any problems with those items or why did those items even come back in the first place. My returns are insanely low. I probably have around 5 returns every 2 weeks. That's the returns for 3 weeks. It's only 4 items. So there's not that many items coming in and out, which is nice. Selling on Whatnot, which we are gonna do some more tutorials on, is interesting because there's not as many returns, pretty much no returns, but the prices you get are super duper low. And I wanted to share that. I am gonna make a tutorial on exactly what supplies I think you need. Pretty basic stuff here. We have an iPad, we have a external light, or you could use a ring light. I have a shipping computer. I have a printer. We use the Rollo printer for this. And again, the cup system prevents it from jamming. So as silly as this thing looks, our roller doesn't jam anymore because the extra pressure coming in from this angle, it doesn't jam for some reason. So roller printer's been working great, but don't worry, I still have 3 Brother printers available in case you want to switch to the Brother printer. I have that, backups of everything. One thing is, the reason why I haven't made an updated Whatnot Supplies video is I actually have a different setup in the works. I want to switch to using a regular phone. I want to use a backdrop. So there's more stuff being developed right now to make the process a little bit more streamlined. Right now, this is actually the backdrop, which is not very aesthetic.
This is the angle.
This is the angle. So we're right here, literally talking, presenting items to customers. One of the issues with presenting customers the item right here is they're gonna keep asking what is in the boxes behind you. So that's why I wanna set up the backdrop right here so that people... It covers it and they can only see you and the item and present it. And we sell things in lots here, so more than one at a time. Makes the average sale price higher, saves the customers on shipping. That's the reason why I sell items multiple at a time. Also, it's pretty insane, but looking at the stuff that comes in, it gets sorted. This is the cardboard that we have, and it comes, this is cardboard from just 3 days of working here. We use about 1 pallet of cardboard per week, which is kind of astonishing. And if I do end up getting a box truck, which is interesting to me, I may actually recycle my own cardboard. I'm not gonna recycle the pallets because there's not one near here, but the cardboard recycling is really close. So I might actually be able to break even on the driver driving it over there. Or I'm sorry, I have a new warehouse worker coming next week. He might be able to drive this over there, empty it and come back, and it might be worth my time in that scenario because it's so close. But currently I'm paying $25 for someone to pick up cardboard once a week. So $25 a week, $100 a month. So as this starts to shrink, because I've got so many surprises for you guys coming in the future, but in the next couple of weeks, you guys will watch this shrink back down to nothing. I'm most likely gonna sell all of these shelves. I don't want these fixed shelves anymore. The Husky shelves have served me well. I have a bajillion of them from my eBay days still in my house, in my garage. But I think I'm gonna sell some of these shelves, which are now worth way more than I paid for it because I bought them pre-pandemic. Sell all these shelves, and I just want a few more of these rolling racks, and I'm probably gonna call it a day. I don't want to have too many shelves because I don't need it. Items go onto the shelves and they're sold within a couple of days. Also, man, there's so many things. Holly made the great, had the great idea of not unwrapping the items until a day or 2 before the show to make sure they don't get dirty. So most of the items come in plastic.
These are still
and the amount of plastic that we use is literally staggering. We have probably 10 garbage bags of this stuff every day. There's so much packaging on all of this. And one of the reasons why I prep items before is that taking the packaging out during the show creates a giant mess. That's another reason why the flea market stuff is so great. Flea market stuff, thrift stuff, there is no packaging and extra stuff. It is what it is. It comes in, it's basically ready to sell as soon as you get it. And you just have to make sure that your pile is flat so it doesn't fall over. Having the pile fall over is a huge problem. But I currently am only comfortable stacking it about shoulder width high. And as I'm streaming, as you guys can see, I like to not have to bend it too much. So ideally it would just be waist high as I go. I'm not gonna build a scissor system to make it come up to my level. I'll just bend over a little bit, but again, laundering everything, putting it on a flat pile saves so much time. Items look great, they smell great. When customers get them, they're really good. I just do a simple fold like this when I sell the item. Taco method goes into a bag. Customer opens the bag, it flops open like that in their hand. There's a thank you card on it, but it's a pretty straightforward presentation for a used garment. Now, new items straight from the brand, you're gonna get a different experience because it's gonna come tissue paper, thank you note, coupon for future purchase. This is a bit different than what I do here, which is just selling volume, but I am pretty stoked and pretty jazzed because I'm selling stuff from all different levels. We got stuff that's from the flea market that people threw away. We also have stuff that brands threw away at the end of the season. Also, we sell some brand new stuff that we get wholesale that's from the manufacturer. So there's all different kinds of businesses in this one building, but I'm gonna be moving away from wholesale because it's so hard to send a box of exactly what somebody is looking for because it takes so long to make it. It took us 2 days to make these boxes. That's a lot of labor costs. So I would rather sell it myself now. After doing all that work to sort it, it's very difficult. So as I continue my journey, gonna be doing more and more lots of like 1 to 5 items, and hopefully guys, this is a useful update. Until next time, make progress daily.